Welcome, everybody. John Zager. Good morning. 11:42 Colorado time. Still morning. Yay. Hope everyone's having a good morning. Being productive and getting stuff done. I went over and worked out. I'm spending more time working out. Kind of feels good. Haven't done it for a while. And I kind of hope to get back into a routine and make some changes body-wise. Not a lot, but some changes. I think that would be a good idea. So, done with that. Good shower. Felt real good. And did my blog before I left. Had a good blog this morning. It was on disempowering beliefs that we have. And I was going to talk a little bit about that this morning on the podcast. Not a lot, but just kind of touch on it a little bit. I've run across a person or two in the last couple days that I don't know if they're struggling with it. They just accept it. They just accept that they have disempowering beliefs. And that's the way it's going to be. I have a disease. And that's the way that's going to be. And it creates this, and this to happen to me. And that's just the way that's going to be. It's called disempowering beliefs. I just want to die. I just figure, well, I've got this disease and I believe I'm just going to die. Okay. If you believe you're going to die, then you are going to die. I actually, I shouldn't say this, but I put a comment back. Oh, I don't know. He was on some social media thing and talking about just disempowering beliefs, just talking about, this is just the way it is and it's not going to get any better. And I put something to the effect, I don't remember what I put, but I put something to the effect that just basically said, yeah, if you believe that, that's how it's going to be. There's that old information that's been going around the past couple years. Who was it? Henry Ford or somebody said something like, if you believe you're going to die, you will. I don't know what that was. I'm in my truck this morning, so I'm gonna roll up to this next parking space under the shade. It's back being hot again, you guys. So I'm not having fun with that. But so disempowering beliefs. How do you get them? I guess we have to go back to that again. And how do you get rid of them? Where do they come from? What part of the country do they belong in? I don't know. Do I want to do this? So the first 7 years you're around, you're just in hypnosis, right? Theta, brainwave. And you're just absorbing everything, taking in everything, and people give you their different belief systems on how to live your life, and that becomes anchored and concrete. And for the next 65, 75 years, you live according to somebody else's belief systems. Pretty simple, right? 70% of the belief system that systems that you learn are bad, are harmful, are not good. They don't work. They create more problems. 70% of the 100% of belief systems that you take in are not good. So, that's disempowering belief systems. Somebody says to you, I don't know, a parent or an adult or guardian or somebody when you're up to, 0 to 7, hey, listen, sometimes you get a disease, and that's just the way it is. Somebody says to you, and diseases progress, and they might affect some other part of your body. and that's just the way it is. Somebody might say to you, when you're a little kid, disease will eventually kill you. And you just have to make the best of it until it's over. And that becomes your disempowering belief system. And you live by that crap for the next 65, 75 years. So how we get it is uncomplicated. It's not genetic. Good Lord, please let's not go back through genetics again. If you're still hung up on disease is hereditary, get off of this channel and go watch TV and cartoons. Please. If you honestly feel that disease is genetic, don't listen to me. Please, go somewhere else. Just pick up your stuff, go to the other room, go outside, go ride your tricycle or whatever you're going to ride. I don't want to deal with it anymore. So how you acquire a disease is through the modeling that happens in front of your face for 7 years, what the parents and adults say to you, guardians, adults in authority, whatever, what they say to you the first 7 years. Remember, you're in hypnosis. All you're doing is just absorbing everything. So we have modeling. We have what people are saying to you, what your mom and dad teach you, what your teachers teach you, what the next door neighbor teaches you. Your environment. All of that stuff triggers chemistry that affect the genes, that affect the biology, and you upregulate the disease. Go back and just play it back if you have to, 100 times until you get it in your head. It's science. It's fact. You did not get sick with the disease or diseases you have as a result of genetics. It didn't happen. Can't happen. Less than 1% of disease is genetic. It's actually like 0.49 or something. Jeez. So that's how you acquire these disempowering beliefs. All right, step 2. When your life becomes a struggle, let's say you are now, what's my example? Here's my example I use all the time. All right, so for 10 years, you're living in the back of your pickup truck. Your life is not going very well, right? And it's a struggle. It's probably safe to say that's a struggle, right? You sell your home. You're married. You sell your home, and you move into RV park for life. For life. Well, here's the deal. Your life is now a struggle. All right? So when any of that stuff happens, your subconscious is the default program you live by, right? Your subconscious is running the show, and you're trying to override the program. That's why life is a struggle. 90% of your day, it's actually probably a little higher than that. It might be 95. But 90% of your day, you're just in your subconscious program. It has nothing to do with you. You're just living your life based on the beliefs beliefs, perceptions, whatever you want to call it. You're just living your life based on what you got the first 7 years of life. And the instructions that say, this is what you do at this time, this is what you do when this happens, this is what you believe when this happens, has nothing to do with you. Nothing. You're just doing what you were programmed to do. So, how you acquire the disempowering beliefs is that simple. And how your life goes to disarray is that simple. You may be trying to change the belief system, but the probability is you don't even know what the belief system is that's malfunctioning, that needs to be changed. It's subconscious. It's probably below your conscious thought. But when your life is a struggle, you know that you're trying to, your mind is trying to override it. Right? So, what do you do to correct that disempowering belief? You could live in your conscious side of your brain all the time and be creative. Right? That's what the conscious side of your brain does. It processes information, thinks, it creates, and it designs a new you. Everything's on the inside of your head when You're functioning off the conscious side of your brain. And again, we know, and that's also science, that you're only there 5% of the day, if at all. I mean, good Lord, walk around and just interact with people. They have no idea what they're even saying or doing. They just don't. They're programmed. They're programmed. None of it is creative. None of it is on the conscious side. None of it is internal. You're running on default, which is your subconscious brain. So, one of the ways to change the disempowering beliefs is to just focus and work on staying present. Being creative. Just being creative. Thinking. Being inside your head. Is going to eliminate the disempowering belief. 2, you can sit down with someone or with yourself, just get some paper and just start tracing the uncomfortable feeling back to where you can identify, and you probably can, where it all started with, I don't know, let's say it's a parent. Which parent or both parents, at what time and what age, and where were you at, and what did they say, and bingo, it's stuck. And then if you can identify it, then you can change it, right? You can say, I don't believe that anymore. Why did my brain take me back to that? I don't believe that. That's not part of my desire. Affirmations work. Some people will say they do. Some people will say they don't. Learning has to do with repetition. Especially on your conscious side, but you do need to practice things over and over. You want to disconnect the neuron that's causing the disempowering belief, and then you want to reconnect some neurons with the new empowering belief system. And sometimes repetitions or affirmations or physical things you can do, you can start breaking those and reestablishing new synaptic connections. Here's what would you call it? Here's the part that sometimes gets in the way. And it's your body. Not your mind, it's your body. So, you have a disempowering belief. I'm sick. It's caused this other part of my body to be sick. And then it's caused this part of my body to be sick. And, that's just the way it's going to be. And it's all going to get worse because disease is progressive. And, then I'm going to die. Whew. Boy. That's a struggle to even think that kind of crap. But, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. Your body, for probably years, plural, have allowed you to feel the discomfort. I don't know, maybe the pain, maybe the anguish, the sadness, the depression, the anxiety, the tension, all kinds of things like that. And your body gets used to that. And it's moving chemicals around and changing your biology so that you can feel that way every single day for years. And then out of the sky blue, you come up with, we're going to get rid of this disempowering belief. Well, the body, which has since become the mind, gets a little irritated and says, hey, wait a minute. I've been doing this for you for 25 years to feel this way. I don't think you want to just up and start thinking that other way. I've been moving your chemicals around for 25 years. What do you mean you want to be well? Haven't I done a good job for you already? So we get addicted to the pain, so to speak. We get addicted to having the disease. It becomes part of your personality. First was a mood, then it became a temperament, then it became your personality. People can identify you now. Oh yeah, there's so-and-so who has the blah, blah, blah disease. That's your personality. He's always, talking about his pain and discomfort. I really feel sorry for him. Or her. I guess it doesn't really matter. So you become your disease, and you don't want anybody to take it away. You really don't. And that's just another whole podcast about that. So, changing the disempowering beliefs is something that Dr. Joe calls, what does he call that? Crossing the river of change. In other words, when it gets really, really scary, you've had this disease, you've felt a certain way for a long, long, long period of time. It became your personality. And then somebody wants to take that away from you. That just isn't going to go over very well. They just turned the sprinklers on here, you guys. I think I'm going to get a free car wash. I'm not sure what's coming around. We'll find out in a minute. But, so disempowering beliefs, you really need to make and take, crossing the river of change. It's going to be scary. It's something you're not accustomed to. It's something your body's going to tell you not to do. But you need to do it. In turn, if you can get rid of the disempowering beliefs, right? I got to back up a little bit, you guys, sorry. If you can get rid of those disempowering beliefs, you're on the road to recovery. you're on the road to being disease-free. And I know there's probably people that want to argue that one too, but there are people in the world that have never had a disease, nor will they ever acquire a disease. Does that make sense? And you can be that person. I don't care what disease you have today. Ultimately comes via your disempowering beliefs, which we just spent 20 minutes talking about. And if you can change that belief system, there's nobody telling you you have to be sick any longer. And you're becoming a new you. You're changing your personality. You're becoming somebody you've not been before. Does that make sense? You now have to get used to another you. And there's going to be resistance with that as well. Because the old you is not going to want to give up that easily. So it's a process. It's a step-by-step process. Is it complicated? Absolutely not. I mean, are there steps you kind of have to learn and practice and get better at? Yeah, of course. Are you capable of doing them? Without a doubt. Can you get rid of your disease? Sure as I'm sitting here, you can get rid of it. Why hasn't the medical profession done that for you after all these years? Because they're run by the pharmaceutical companies. Come on, you guys, get smart. Think politics, think economy, think dollars and cents. Doctors are not put on the planet to get you well. If you're still in that mode of thinking, leave this podcast and go outside and ride your tricycle. Doctors and medicine are not designed to get you well and heal you. It's about dollars and cents. Look at, we have the smartest brains in the world. And they've been working on a cure for, I don't know, pick any cancer. Forever. And they can't figure it out. Neuroscience, on the other hand, boom. It's all figured out, done. People every single day are getting rid of cancers. People every single day that are in their late stages of life, and they're down to the last week or two. Neuroscience has said, what are you doing that for? Just keep living. Boom. No more disease. So, believe the diagnosis. I don't have a problem with that, but not the prognosis. Their prognosis is, how long can I keep you alive to pay me and the pharmaceutical companies? Neuroscience just says, hey, here, do these steps here and you won't have whatever you got. Pay the lady at the desk as you walk out or something. Boy. Mind-boggling, isn't it? So, I'm at the, what do they call this, Frisbee golf? I'm at the Frisbee golf course. And there's a foursome. I guess you call them a foursome now. There's a foursome trying to negotiate through the water sprinklers up and down the, I guess you call it a fairway. I don't know what you call it. And they got a couple little kids, and then you got the guy who's mowing the grass, and he's got this big machine, and he's trying to, oh my gosh, it's pretty hilarious out here. Sorry. So anyway, you got the idea of what I was talking about with disempowering beliefs. Let's not talk about that anymore. Just call me up, will you? And I'll give you the 15-minute recap, and pay me a couple bucks and go get well. It just is. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say, you guys. I don't know how people continue to stay sick. Quit it. Quit it. So anyway, it's a beautiful day. It's hot, going towards hotter here, which means it's going to be late before we all fall asleep in this part of the country. Yuck on that. Find a shade tree. And, God bless everybody. Take care of one another. I'll look forward to talking to you all again real soon. See you later. See you. Bye.